Bum 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 bum. Are you ready? It's that time. It's time to go. It's time to go see our friends on the other side. Are you ready? Time to go see our friends on the other side in Ghost Rick, the finale. You're changing, you're changing, you're changing, alright. I hope you're satisfied. I'm tweeting that I'm live. And then, man, part of me just wants to play the soundtrack to Princess and the Frog. But that would get DMCA'd. My microphone is on and active. Is it the right microphone? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Show me how you do that. Massachusetts. A one, a two, a Massachusetts. I'm just warming up. What's a video game soundtrack? What's one of those games that they put music in? Good to see you, my friend Frankie. How are you? This right there? That looks like some Fable or some shit. It is not. Gravity Gush. I don't know the Gravity Rush soundtrack, but let's do it. Let's experience it. Right here. Tell me if the volume is too loud or too quiet. That's Saints Row 2? It is? It is purple, so I'm gonna take your word for it because you played more of that game than me. But I don't remember what's his name, Gat, looking like this. All right, you baited me. You baited me. Is this for the king? I would think 2. Yeah. Because I would recognize 1. I actually played a decent amount of For the King 1. A decent amount of that game. And it was fun. I hope 2 would improve on it. There are definitely things to be improved on. Is this one of the Tomb Raiders? It's like the reboot, right? Nope, that's a zombie. I chose the Gravity Rush song that makes all Gravity Rush fans cry. It's just the first one in the soundtrack. This discovery of gravitation. Did I tweet that I'm live? I think I did. I made Master Ball in Pokemon. Which is not that big of an accomplishment, but for me it is. I haven't played professional Pokemon, so what the fuck is this zombie holding a torch for? Clown zombies? What kind of game? It's the very first song you hear in game, I see. And this is the spookiest song you hear in game. So there's some deer-looking fellows in the background. But this guy's a clown. It could be Zombie U. Oh yeah, that game does exist, doesn't it? No. Aside from the zombie clown, all of the notes I'm getting are like post-apocalyptic, but also kind of Nordic. Is there a zombie game that's set in Scandinavia. Is that basically what what Senua is? No, but I feel like I was onto something now that I see this person's face. She's saying, "You're finally awake." Dead. Yeah, what's going on in Assassin's Creed Valhalla? Could this be like a stalker? It is not a stalker. What in the world? This guy's got a chainsaws for hands. Man, this 2013 looking ass game, maybe 2011. They made so many zombie games. Dead fucking Rising. Who are you? What if I just type zombie army? It's not a Plants vs. Zombie. It's the guy who did the One Piece soundtrack. I only know one song from the One Piece soundtrack, and that's bum 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 bum. Wasteland 3, Factions of Colorado. I guess he was kind of given Colorado. This game, it came out in 2020? I don't know about that. Despite being up to date with the One Piece manga, I do not watch the anime at all. I think I saw a little bit of like Romance Dawn. I like when I was a kid, I watched the 4Kids dub. Probably up until well, I watched it like not in order. Who's got a sock? This is just like Omori, right? Omori. You don't know what Colorado even is. They got zombies over there. I've been twice to Colorado. I didn't see any zombies though. Wall Betrayal, Medieval Sex Work. This could be Dragon Age. But which one? I don't know what happened. Which... Do any of the... Frey, you know the Dragon Age games. That's why I call them Dragon Frage. Which one has a wall in it? Which ones have a wall? Inquisition? Or 2? I'm just going to start with Origins. It is not Dragon Age, but it is licensed, has RPG elements and sword fights. Well, okay. If it's... Yeah. I mean... If it's got a big wall and sex work, it's probably Game of Thrones. As far as licensed games go. Is this the only Game of Thrones game? Yeah. I also thought The Witcher. I did also think The Witcher. That was my second guess after Dragon Age. But when I saw licensed, it's like, okay, it's a Game of Thrones game. Telltale's kind of back in a way. I see Ace Attorney in the corner, bottom left corner. You can probably just barely make out Phoenix Wright on this edge of the screen. I do see Chun-Li too. I actually see 3 different Chun-Lis on the edges of the screen. This is obviously the game that I've titled my stream after. Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve. Can you even tell? Can you even tell that that's what the stream title is based off of? Almost certainly not. It is considerably earlier than 2017. It is partially single player, but not exclusively. And it's on a console. There's some comedy, drama, or mystery involved. That's good to know. Well, let me just do, like, Street Fighter 4. Sorry. Street Fighter IV. Didn't Telltale die twice? I mean, I think it's still dead. I just saw they're bringing back, the Big Bad Wolf one. Big B. What's that game called? Wolf Among Us. The Among Us game. It is even earlier than 2008, but it is single-player, multiplayer, side view, action comedy? Well, oh, but Capcom's not involved. I should have not done 2 Capcom games in a row. Obviously, it's Battletoads. It is Telltale. I guess they got bankrolled. Okay. It's gonna be tough for me to guess a game that came out before I was born. What are some funny games? I did get comedy action right. That's what I was thinking. What are some funny games that got made? Having never laughed at a video game, I'm really not sure. A funny game. Oh, Adventures of Monkey Island is the Curse of Monkey Island. One of the Monkey Islands. Let's do Escape from Monkey Island. Haha funny or weird funny. I mean comedy, haha funny is what's implied to me by comedy. It's got action though, which does not feel quite Monkey Island-y. What's an only side view? There's no isometric or bird view stuff. When did Grim Fandango come out? I don't think that's what it is, but let's just shoot. Nope. I got nothing. See if I can get the year. Can I do red? Okay, 1995. So before I was born. An in-house engine, side view, co-op, or multiplayer game. That is not Fantasy Kids or open world, or adventure, turn-based strategy, or anything. I'm not sure what kind of game this is. It is not... There's no adventuring. There's no visual noveling. There's no fighting. There's no beat-em-up. There's no puzzles. There's no pointing. There's no RPG. Is this... Sam and Max? Earthworm Jim, maybe? Hold on, Earthworm Jim... I mean, I feel like there's action in those games, right? Yeah. It's not a shooter. It is definitely 1995. I'll try the Sam and Max. Hit the road, Jack. No. Give me a clue. Give me a clue. Telegames, Ocean, Team 17, Tech Toy, GT Interactive, Sold Out Sales. Alright. Is it Bubsy? It could be Bubsy. It would have to be Bubsy too. It's Worms. So Earthworm Jim was like on the right track. But wait a second. Come on. Oh, turn-based strategy and strategy are different. Okay. Alright. And also, you don't consider this a shooting game? Just because it's not a first-person shooter, it's clearly shooter. Like, when... I'm a Worms fan, you know? I enjoy my Worms. I just didn't think that Worms qualified. I never played this one. What is it? Worms Armageddon? When did that come out? 1999. That one's a turn-based strategy game. I guess I didn't know that the first one wasn't turn-based. Well, let's game. I dabble in Worms. They pay me in Worms. Twitch pays me in Worms. Wow. This is the last video game I played. It was 6 days ago. They call me the Wormer. The Wormer. The Wormageddon. Please let me know that audio is all right. I haven't changed any settings, so I hope it is, but you know, sometimes my mic just unplugs itself and shit goes crazy. Wormer Herzog. Oh shit. I would like to see the baby, and it's Wormon. I would like to see the Wormon. Oh, Mr. Herzog, you're too kind. That's what Wormon sounds like. All right, we were like right in the thick of it. It is trick time. What was he saying? Where are we headed? We are not headed anywhere, detective. We will run out of fuel soon, and that will be our destination, detective. What are you talking about? That would mean he's a robot. That's because I have no head. That's why we're not headed anywhere. Huh? What is it, detective? Look at Yorick's shell. I gotta remember I named him Yorick. Look at Yorick's shell. There's no aura emanating from his body. This is a, hold on, slander screenshot. I gotta post this for the agenda. You're in the thick of it. Oh no. I blow and they froze. There's no aura emanating from Frey's body either, except for stink lines. I'm sorry, I stole Clumsy Camelot's gimmick. Of course there isn't. Oh wait, this is Yorick. The Temsic fragment is gone. Could this change in his shell give us some kind of lead? Or maybe lead? Let's find out. I figured it out. I know what this possibility, no matter how small, is that they're afraid of. What is it? My time was perpetually stopped thanks to the power of Temsic. His body cycled between the moments that separated his life and death. Right, but not anymore. The Temsic fragment has been taken away. Exactly. So what does that mean? I get it. Your body won't come back to life anymore. The moment the moment that the Temsic fragment was removed, my shell became a regular corpse. So let's see. That means we can go back to 4 minutes before your death. Oh, but wait a minute. He's cooked. Exactly when is that death? That's simple. Why, it's very shrimple. Hey. Curse this guy to cycle between the moment of life and death. Infinitely for all time. Mods. Mods, trap that guy in purgatory. Mods, feed this guy to the worms. It's quite shrimple, really. We'll find out. When we get there, let's move! Wait. Okay. This is going way back, though. Will changing this completely revert all the effort we did in saving Athena and the girl, Camila? I fell back through the cracks of time for what seemed like forever. And then I saw it. The final death at the end of this long night. Are we going all the way back to the park 10 years ago? Stream Boop now advertising AI followers. How the mighty have fallen. Honestly, they haven't been the same since they fired Tiny Boop Squig Shorterly. Who exactly am I? I've already seen all of the clues. All I have to do now is remember. I forgot. The final journey to the truth starts now. Are you ready? Transformation Central. Oh, that was the... Alright, well... I didn't need to... I was like, I'm gonna stop mid-chapter. Last stream, I was like, I've never done this before, but I'm gonna do it here. I thought that we were gonna have to do the whole thing in chapter 17. But I guess we're doing it. It's chapter 18. The final chapter. I have a plan if this stream ends really soon, by the way. I have something else I want to do. When was Yorick's death? It was 10 years ago when the Temsic meteorite fell. Imagine if I was voiced by Keith Davidson. We traveled back through time and now we're here at the scene of the that death. The start of it all is about to replay itself. This is it, the final trick, the final Rick. And the final Temsic. Oh my god, it's a little Lynn. She's like pink. It's ready! My toilet plunger yam. I know it's a roast sweet potato. Give it up. But it looks like a toilet plunger that she's like coating in butter. Give it up. Do you really think you can outrun me? Outrun my gun? With your pumped up kicks? Eek! Now just calm down and drop that weapon. And stay back. If you come any closer, I'll shoot her. Meow. Huh? Oh, a kitten. Shoo, you might get hurt. The pumped up Ricks! Oh my god. Like, how didn't I think of it? All the other kids with their pumped up Ricks. Oh no, here comes the meteor. The meteor of Kismet. And bro just got blasted in the back. Face down, ass up. Are you okay? You're all right now. Are you hurt? By the way, look how green I am. You saved me, mister? I was just doing my job. The gods, They're the ones who saved you. It's a wrap for Mr. Slayful? Well, apparently not, because he's still kicking.
What's your job, mister?
I'm gonna give her a sillier voice. Because there's too many young girls that I have to differentiate their voices somehow. But every single one of them is out of my range in one way or another, so I'm just gonna be silly.
What's your job, mister?
Me? I'm a police detective. So that's the Temsic meteorite, eh? It's beautiful, looking at it from this angle. The only angle I've ever seen it is in my ass through a mirror. It changed all of our fates completely. We can't stop Temsic from falling from the sky, but we might be able to protect you from that fragment and save your life. I don't know. Yeah, this is like a more substantial act of time travel than we have previously done, and I'm a little concerned about the consequences. Obviously, it would save a bunch of people's lives, like Camila's mother, whose name is Alma, remembered her name, and he wouldn't have to spend all of his time in prison. But you never know. Butterfly effect. What's the matter, Detective Jowd? To be perfectly honest, I'm scared. I'm scared. If that meteorite fragment doesn't get him, I'm pretty sure I would have shot him. Alma Mother. Yeah, I mean... Alma Mater. Look, Shutakumi is not the most creative namer of characters. We might not be able to change your fate of dying. I can accept that. As long as it was actually your hands that fucking killed me, then you will suffer. What I did is inexcusable. No matter how the future might change, that fact will never go away. If my fate is to die here, then I accept that. This will be our last battle against fate. Beyond that will be a new future. Okay, let's get started. Everybody. Now, how are we gonna save you? If Lynn would just wander off somewhere, that would solve everything. When her sweet potato is almost ready, she's not gonna budge from that spot. But you know, it makes me wonder. A little girl all alone in the park, listening to music and roasting a sweet potato. What kind of childhood did this girl have? Doesn't everybody have at least one day in their life like that? Give her a break. Anyway, if Lynn won't budge from that spot, we'll just have to have the fragment move instead. Really? Do I have a suspiciously fragmented shaped thing that I can use to... Can't go anywhere like this. And he can't go anywhere, period, right now. Sweet potato. Alright, well, I guess I just wait. Enjoy your sweet potato. Eek! What's the fucking deal with the cat? What in the world is this thing? Oh boy, you even forgot what a toilet plunger is. It's a roasted root vegetable. It's good. There's nothing like them on a cold winter's day. They're sweet and they smell delicious. These guys sure are making me want to try one. Turn up the headphones. Holy shit, we're just blowing out our eardrums. What are you going to do? Or what are you going to do? What are you doing? You're gonna hurt Miss Portland's ears. Miss Portland. Oh my god, I can't read today. I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking. You really startled her. You even made her drop her sweet potato. I know how much this girl loves her food, too. Anyway, at least her fate has changed, albeit ever so slightly. Wow. Amazing. Now I can rock the basket. And I can go inside. Spray the sweet potato. Oh, fuck, but I wasn't inside it. I may be fucked. That's how Lynn got hearing loss. Explains a lot, really. Oh, look at that sweet potato. That big, scary sweet potato. That's not a sweet potato, Nick. That's Mino. Remember the thing that killed Lynn, or that killed Camila in the future? Oh, right, of course. But look at them, the potato and Mino. Right now, they both have the same shape. So you're saying you could swap them, huh? Good idea, Mick. Okay, here I go. And I'm going to need your help. My help? Why my help? Because I need to get it higher up into the fucking air. God damn it. Yeah, I think I did what you said. Well, let me just let it play out here. In case I learn any new information, sometimes they tell me when I fuck up. This fucking cat, I don't trust it. It's about time for that meteorite to come down. Uh-oh, we have to change the fragment's path somehow. It looks like both paths and fates can be difficult things to change. There has to be a way. If we work together, you and me, I thought we'd be able to do something. Thought. That's funny. I wonder why he's using the past tense. Thumbs up. Okay, there's the meteorite. Meteor. We're gonna shoot this sweet potato straight at the meteor fragment. I doubt we can move those two from that spot, which means we have to do something with the Temsic fragment instead. That should be easy with our powers. I think you're right, Missile. This is gonna be the grand finale. Guess I'd better rewind the clock. And this time, I gotta make sure that I get inside the yam, the sweet potato. There we go. You get in here. Spray it higher. Swap. Yeah. Oh, look. Oh, wait, sorry. Oh, look. The lamppost is bending. But it hasn't broken yet. It really is a wonder it hasn't snapped. It might just hold out for a little while longer. If I recall, the Temsic fragment slapped through the grass lantern on its way down. But if Mino sits firmly in its way, then fate should change. I fear it might just squash them. just gotta wait and see, I think, right now. Like, the fragment hits Mino and it just falls over on them. I don't know about that. It's about time for the meteorite. I think we're ready for it. Look what's right in the path of the fragment. Oh, okay. That giant sweet potato. If anything can get in the way, that ugly monster can. Ouch. Why are you saying ouch? It's a rock. Anyway, now the fragment's path ought to change. And Jowd has not noticed shit. If we find that meteor, we'll find Dr. Wally. There, how's that? Look, the fragment's course. It changed a little. Now Yorick's fate should really change. Wait a minute. Take another look at that fragment's trajectory. Now that it's changed, what's in its path? In its path? Oh, no, no! Oh, right in the penis. Detective Jowd! The Temsic fragment shot through his leg. What? But the cruel twists of fate weren't over yet. Isn't that... I mean, obviously, if I press A, the situation will play out. But to me, logically, this seems like almost the ideal. Like, he's not gonna die from a meteorite in his leg. He is on the ground, which means Yorick can get away safely. He can drop the girl and just book it, and he's not gonna be caught. But that's clearly not what's gonna happen. They got him in his wiener. His little pecorino. Come on, put it down. Huh? Jowd, put the gun down now. If you don't, you're going to shoot him. I don't know if it's his detective training or what, but even though he's shaking from the pain, the gun doesn't waver. His little Jowd? Nah. Put the gun down. No. Fuck, no. I knew it. This is my fate. I couldn't save anyone after all. In the end, I stole his life away with my own hands. Don't throw your life away for my sake. I wouldn't let that happen. Missile, the bullet is stopped in midair. I'm here, inside the bullet. Now let's swap it with something. What? With what? Detective Jowd, don't you know that sweet potatoes are perfectly bullet-shaped? The meteorite fragment is what made you pull the trigger. It won't let you become a murderer. We have to prove that murder isn't the detective's true fate. And to do that, we have to stop this bullet. There must be something with the same shape as the bullet around here. Wow, oh my god. The suspiciously plungers... Oh, fuck. Oh no. We stopped the bullet, but we still couldn't save him. Turns out a burning sweet potato at bullet speed can fully impale a man into a light post. But we still couldn't save him. That's not true. My fate of getting pierced through the back might not have changed, but I'm still alive. What? Absolutely cooked like that sweet potato. I'm not dead. I'm just unconscious. Okay. So your fate of death has changed, but still, you're fucking hanging by your C2 vertebra. This fate is just too painful to watch in every sense. I don't think so. As long as I'm alive, that's good enough for me. All right, but we were overlooking one thing. The wheel of fate was still slowly turning and twirling, twirling. Uh-oh. I want the Mythbusters to shoot a burning potato at a man to see if he slams backwards into a spike. Turn the man into a park ornament. Oh, wake up! You gotta get out of there! No, Mino. Damn it, my leg won't work. That's two things in this house that won't work. It's all over. We're out of time. Miss Lynn. Unless it's not over yet. But there isn't anything else to swap with. Why don't we just let it play out and try to find another way next time? Even if she dies, all you have to do is possess her corpse. And then you can redo her last 4 minutes as many times as it takes. No, I won't do that. Why not? Sure, the fact of her death would be erased, but her memory of it would remain like a scar on her psyche. I won't let that happen. Not if I can help it. But what could we do now? Even if we work together. Everybody. I think there might be something that can be done. What is it? What can Rick and I do? Don't forget, I'm here too. If you kill me, I can manipulate Mino. Just letting the child get squished is bonkers. Like for completion. Perhaps we should just let her get squished and then we can redo it and get the 100% completion. Huh. With 3 kinds of powers among us, we ought to be able to fight this battle. This battle against the fate of death. You're Rick. Rick, your power is manipulating objects. Use your power to manipulate this. Huh? I don't get it. Just trust me. Let's go. Alright, I'll try to move there. Now gather your strength and make it spray as if your life depended on it. I'm dead though. In that case, make it spray as if your death depended on it. Give it your all. And remember, you'll only have a split second. Got it! That cannot be. That cannot be. Now it's your turn, Mick. What? Oh, me? But what could I do? I think you know the answer to that. Okay, got it. You can swap them. That hunk of concrete will go back to its original position. It will still fall, though. But even if I swapped them, it'd still be right above Miss Lynn. Don't worry. Okay, I'll do it. I'll swap them. That lamp is made of styrofoam. That it traveled... Like, can we do the math on this? That... The Mino fell... The Mino, which is probably still accelerating, so it's not quite at the speed of gravity. But an object that big, that is, mind you, like aerodynamically designed to fall, is probably accelerating pretty quickly. And in the space of it moving like a meter, the lamp traveled probably 10 or 11 meters faster than the speed of gravity. How powerful is that fountain? How hard is Rick squirting right now? He's squirting faster than a speeding bullet. Okay, I'll do it. I'll swap them. There it goes again. It's no use. We can't stop that horrible Mino. What can we do now? I don't see how gaining a second or two helped. Oh, it helped all right. Those few seconds were exactly what I wanted. They were enough time for me to die. I think is probably what he's saying. Last up, it's my turn. Your turn. Him. You know what my power is, right? I can manipulate living creatures. Wait a minute, you mean? That's right. I'm going to save that little girl. Save her by manipulating my own unconscious body. Oh, his body doesn't even need to have been dead. But you're gonna lose a lot of blood. Oh, he got squinched. Ye gods. Ah, you're finally awake. Well, damn. What did you say? My eardrums are bleeding.
Hey, mister, is your knee okay?
Huh? Oh, I'll be fine. It's just a scrape. I'm lucky it wasn't a fatal hit, but the main thing is that you're not hurt.
I can't hear anything. You saved me, mister?
I was just doing my job. The gods, they're the ones who saved you. And they also killed that guy. The gods fucking rule.
What's your job, mister?
Me? I'm a police detective. Do you think you would go call the police for me?
You just said you are the police. How am I supposed to...
I think you could do it quicker than I could.
But... What's that?
This is a detective's badge. You give them to children who've been very brave.
A detective's badge? Thanks.
Okay, you know what to do, little detective. Are you alive?
Yeah, sadly.
Hang on, help is coming. What made you do such a reckless thing?
You fucking shot me with a sweet potato.
To be perfectly honest, I don't really know. When I came to, my body was already moving all by itself. It was as if something else was controlling me, or somebody else. I see. But you know, I'm glad it happened.
Hey, mister. I found this kitten. It was over there.
Come to think of it, I just saw it a few minutes ago. It's probably a stray.
It's kind of limp. Is it okay?
I don't know. I think it's unconscious. That's funny, it doesn't look like it's injured or anything. Interesting.
Poor little kitty.
How about if I take it to my house and look after it? Would you like to come home with me, little kitten? Ignore that crushed man and check out this kitten. Well, looks like his fate just changed in a big way. Whose fate? That kitten's, of course. Rick's. That's what I thought. Rick. The name Rick echoes in my head. That's my real name. These long, lonely 10 years, you were my one and only friend. How about it? Do you remember now? Old friend? Eh? I think I finally remember. 10 years ago, I was a little kitten that wandered into this park. I was weak and all alone in the world. Somebody, please look at me. Oh, we're kidding. Shoot, you might get hurt. Somebody, please reach out a hand to me. I had just only died at the time. Only just died is probably what that meant to say. I lost my life, my memory, everything. My body wouldn't move anymore, but I still managed to reach out a hand to him. The next thing I knew, my soul had transferred into the black kitten. No recollection of who I was. I lived as a cat with you for a while. After a while, the man regained his memory. I went back to being just a cat, and then the man got his body back. I took my body back from the morgue. There was somebody I just had to go see, just one more time. I took control of my body and hurried to her house. At a very cool pace, though. Not hurrying too much. I was just maybe if I had moved it slightly more than our leisurely pace, I would not have just been a little too late. I had just missed her as she left this world. She left a note that said, "I'm coming to you, Yorick." The man named me Rick. It was the name of something important he had lost, along with his life. His fiancée, Rick. He told me about it once, but I didn't understand what it was. Those 10 years were very happy for me, but they weren't happy for the man. There was nothing I could do for him. For 10 years, I wandered through the darkness with no particular place to go. As time passed, my powers gradually changed. At first, I could only manipulate small creatures and objects, but then after a while, I could manipulate people. That's when the darkness inside me deepened and I started to get a little twisted. Just a little bit. Just twisted enough that I plotted for a girl to murder her mother because I wanted revenge for the fact that her dad shot me. I wanted light. Distorted, artificial light. Like a flickering LED. So I conspired to kill... No. When I got my revenge on Lynn, I would see that light. Or at least that's what I tried to believe. Left my old self buried in that junkyard. Walked away. The black cat. I was possessing Rick then. It wouldn't look very much like a murder if the corpse got up and walked away after all. So you borrowed the body of your old friend. Rick was inside that bag I was carrying tonight. I had no intention of leaving my friend behind in this country when I left. But then, when I went to possess his body, I realized something horrible. What was that? Rick, there inside the bag, was dead. And he also wasn't dead. And I couldn't determine whether he was alive or dead until I opened the bag. What? I had forgot to poke air holes. The first shot, I see. I wasn't able to control her completely. She shot the fucking cat. The first bullet didn't hit anything, or so I thought. But it did hit something, didn't it? Schrodinger's Rick. It hit Rick inside that bag. Well, then I guess the cat's out of the bag now. Yes, that's when I lost my life, right there in the presence of Temsic radiation. And that's when I got my powers of the dead, my ghost Ricks. I think I understand it now, why I was the only one who couldn't get his memory back. It was because I thought that corpse was me. It was the only corpse I could see at the time, after all. But as it turns out, it wasn't the only dead body. My true death was hiding just behind that corpse. Doesn't it suck that the ghosts can only see things inside perspective? That really makes things complicated. Kind of a plot twist that only works in 2D, which I appreciate. As a fan of mysterious contrivances. Now that I think about it, do you remember what you said? That you knew all along about me saving Lynn tonight? If you knew, why didn't you try to stop me? It's simple. It's shrimple. Because I couldn't, even if I wanted to. Huh? Why not? Remember the thing about individual differences in the powers we get? Yeah, I figured like the cat's the only one who can turn back time. I can control all kinds of things, from the living to the dead. But even so, there are some things that you can do that I can't. You mean? I can't even rewind time, let alone change the fate of a death. If I could do those things, I would have saved your life. Huh? Not only that, but I never would have just let my fiancé Rick stay dead like that. But you're here, 10 years in the past now. That's thanks to your powers. I just tagged along with you. In any case, now the starting point of this entire tragedy has changed dramatically, altering fate. The fate of your death, the kitten Rick's fate. And I can just bet the fate of the woman you love has changed too. Yes, I believe you're right. So, this was the last fate to be averted, eh? And he sucks for the 2 spinal injuries, but... So, Yorick, it looks like your plan for revenge ended in failure. Yes, and I'm glad, too.
Green. I think I kind of understand now what you've been feeling these 10 years.
It's Kermit because it's green text. She understood. She shed tears for me. That's why my revenge was over. She saved me from the darkness. Well, I guess it's time we got back. I knew 10 years later was just born. Right, we should get back to our new present.
Oh, I would love to open a new present. I hope it's a bone. I can't wait to see Miss Lynn and Miss Camilla again.
So, these past 10 years will now all vanish. Well, not completely. The memories of all of us here will remain. The memory remains. Mr. Rickstopheles, the conjuring cat. Including the memory of what I did, my crime. That's the way this game of the dead works, eh? And no matter what the reason, there's no denying the fact that I took Lynn hostage and tried to point a gun at her. I have no intention of running away from that either. The most inexcusable crime in my new life. Hey, Mr. Rickstopheles.
Yes?
When we go back, our fates will no longer be interconnected. It'll be like we never met. So before that happens, I just wanted to say one thing. There never was a cat so clever as magical Mr. Rickstopheles. Tonight, I stole away your life with my own hands. I'm truly sorry. Oh, that's right, you shot me. That's already a thing of the lost past. Our fates have changed now, right, Yorick? Thank you, Rick. I'm so very glad I met you. Me too, Yorick.
Rick? Are we ever going to see each other again? I couldn't stand it if we were.
Don't worry, Mick. I bet we'll see each other again someday. 10 years from now, our paths are sure to cross. We'll just have to wait till then.
Rick, I'll never forget you.
I'll never forget you either, valiant little doggy. Well, it looks like you've come to live with me now. So let's be getting home, little black cat. Home, huh? That sounds good, Detective Jowd. We all witnessed the birth of a new beginning, and now we're each going back to our own new present. said goodbye to the part of our stories that would be lost, believing that someday our paths would all cross again. Wait! Okay, hold on. Before you go back to a new present, I wanted to thank you. I can't tell who's talking, so I'm just doing Lynn's voice. I don't know why. That was my... Oh. Before I cease to exist, remember me? The guy you thought was the villain all along? Oh, it's you. Yes, it is I, Ray, in case you had forgotten again. I was seriously wondering, like, then what the fuck was Ray doing? Was Ray... Yeah. Thanks to you, everything has turned out as I had hoped. I really am grateful to you, Rick. Thank you. But don't forget, I was on a journey to find my own lost memory. Yes, I know that. I know all about you. Can I ask you a question, Ray? I want to know. Who are you? Fair enough. I'll tell you. Ray, the fuck? Yeah. Let me tell you about another version of tonight's events. Okay. You changed the fates of many people tonight, the first of which was hers. Forgot we squished that guy. If you had not been there for her tonight, her fate would have been to die in that lonely spot on the outskirts of town. If that had occurred, what do you suppose would have happened? Let me tell you a story. All about how the rat? It's the fucking rat? After they stole her life that night, they broke into her apartment. They stole the wooden box from the ceiling hiding place and left. And in the process... Okay, it's not the rat, it might be Camila. 2 little dead bodies were left behind. However, I should just stop talking and let the story tell me what's happening. The little fellow's spirit lived on. He desperately reached out his paw toward his mistress, and that's when a miracle occurred. What? Look at that! The powers of the dead, but how? He didn't really understand it himself, not yet anyway, but with all you know now, I bet you understand it, do you not? If he had the powers of the dead, he had to have been in the presence of Temsik, and that's because Rick was standing right on top of him when he got shot, which is not really safe to shoot a dog that's like right next to a person, but I guess they weren't really thinking about that. Hey, wait a minute. Yeah. That's right. He died inside the aura of that stink cloud. Unfortunately, with his meager powers, he was unable to save his little mistress. There just wasn't anything he could do with only the power to swap objects. He needed the power to manipulate objects in order to save the little lady. The little fellow chased after the men, but there still wasn't anything he could do. In the end, he was left behind with the man in red in the deep, deep sea. And then He went back. He went back to the world of 10 years before, to the moment of the man in red's death. What? What? So is Ray a parallel universe Mick? Is that what they're trying to say? I didn't know that you could do that. He decided to wait it out. He decided to wait until that night came again. You're allowed to do that? And that's the other version of the story of this night. The story that has taken these 10 years to be retold. So that was you, huh?
It's me. I'm future Mick. That's right. I'm Mick. 10 years is a very long time in dark years.
You couldn't change the fates of these people on your own. So you decided to wait those 10 years out. And here I thought he was the main villain, secretly. Exactly. And then at last... Wait, sorry.
Exactly. And then at last, that fateful night rolled around again. By this time, I had grown old and my powers were weak. So I decided I need to find somebody to help me this time around. Somebody who possessed different powers than me.
But wait a second. You were able to manipulate that desk lamp.
Over the course of the long years, my powers changed. My ability to swap objects weakened, but I became able to manipulate small objects.
But in that case, why didn't you cooperate with yourself?
Because I couldn't.
Huh?
From watching the man in red, I found out that there were individual differences in our powers. I couldn't do any of the things he could do, like travel through the telephone lines, for example.
What?
It may not seem like much, but it's a very important power.
Yeah, probably like the most important power we had tonight. I mentioned last time. Basically every chapter starts with a telephone call.
Especially if you're trying to chase somebody.
But there's something I don't understand. You knew from the very beginning that I had that power. How did you know so much about me?
Why wouldn't I? After all, we had met before on that night the first time around.
We what? We met before?
From listening to the conversation of the two intruders to the apartment, I learned that Miss Lynn had lost her life at the junkyard on the edge of town. I followed the ghost world paths to the junkyard and came upon an incredible scene. Imagine, if you will, there in the darkness a twisting and swiveling death lamp. It made my fur stand on end, I can tell you.
That was me? So I was shot on that night the first time around as well.
You had lost your memory that time too. You had just died and you felt confused. You declined to cooperate with me.
I did what? I just want to find my own lost memory. I'm sorry, but I can't help you.
That's what you said. I've been practicing the accent for 10 years. As well as the ghost voice. And then you disappeared. Away over the telephone line.
I'm really sorry I didn't help you.
That's why I decided that this time I would use that desire of yours to our mutual advantage.
Mutual advantage?
The only thing you were interested in was finding your own lost memory. If I could guide you along the right path to doing that, we would both benefit. And namely, the right path would be the path to the man in red, to Yorick.
What? So many twists. Yeah. This is maybe a little much, but the game's goofy enough that it's kind of funny.
I gave you the information you needed to know to set you in the right direction. And then I gave you a time limit.
A time limit?
That's right. As you know, I said you only had until tomorrow morning. If I hadn't done that, you wouldn't have found out the truth tonight. And the man in red would have been sealed away at the bottom of the sea forever. If that had happened, it would have all been over.
Then, you mean that thing about ceasing to exist?
Oh, that complete made up. A little naughty of me, I know. But I just wanted you to use your time wisely.
Oh boy. I hate to admit it, but this little doggy really outsmarted me in every way.
Let's just call it the wisdom that comes with age.
Wow. This old ass dog. Got his ass.
And now it's time to say farewell. These past 10 years will cease to exist, and with them so will I.
Mick. Future Mick. Old Mick. Fleeced by an old ass dog.
I believed in you. I always knew you could do it. And so you did. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Mick. So you waited and waited these 10 long years. All for the sake of your two ladies, Lynn and Camilla, eh?
Of course. Because that's what doggies do. Now then, farewell, Rick.
And so the story of a single night came to an end. Nobody but us knew what had really happened in this town tonight. I made my way back to the past, Samurai Jack, to a new present. I had to fulfill the quota there for the final screen. Huh? How come it's dark? I'll just turn on the lights here. Maybe this is not Rick. Yeah, it's Lynn. Surprise! Were you surprised? You bet I was. You nearly scared me to death. Yippee! It worked! But it's not even my birthday today. It was my mom's birthday the day before yesterday. I made this surprise for her, but it came out so well I wanted to use it again. That's all right, Lynn. After all, we're celebrating the birth of your new position as a detective, right? Really? Thank you, Detective Jowd. Dad, you're home! Hi, Camilla. Let me introduce you. This is Lynn. She was just assigned to the detective division today. Hi, Camilla. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Lynn. Congratulations on becoming a detective. Huh? Is something wrong? You have one of those badges too? Oh, this? Yeah. I have one just like it. My dad gave it to me just the other day. But yours looks a lot older than mine, though. How long are you going to keep wearing that toy badge, Lynn? Shut up! What's wrong with it? To me, this is the symbol of a real detective. It's been 10 years since then, hasn't it? Who would have guessed you'd actually become a detective one day? When you gave me this badge, I just knew. I knew it was my destiny somehow. My kismet. Destiny, eh? And now that I'm a detective, I'll find out where that destiny will lead me. Haha, that you will. That you will. Rick! Oh, hello. Don't tell me you're that same little Rick. That's right, the very one. You know what? This is a very, very special cat. He's 10 years old, but he's still a kitten. Still a kitten? Yup, he never got any bigger or anything. Wow, what a mysterious little fellow. I know, right? His name is Rick. Rick. That doesn't make sense at all. Maybe it'll explain. Seems to me I've heard that name somewhere before. Oh, I guess Jowd remembered, okay. I think Rick likes you, Lynn. Alright everyone, let's start the celebration. Okay, Mom. It's nice we finally got to see Alma. She's a hottie. I bet you're just like me. Your destiny led you here somehow, too. And so we meet again, Rick. From just that single night as a human, I got a glimpse into their world. And I learned something. You weren't really a human. You kind of thought you were, but you weren't. You never did any human things. Their fates, their lives, they were all interconnected. Somewhere, somehow, in some way. Like you didn't have arms. And now, this is my new fate. Why has he got stink in him? I guess I really am a cat. It suits me just fine to... Oh, okay, the fragment. One of the fragments hit it. Okay, I can't read that fast. And it looks like I have plenty to watch here for a little while. What does it say? What does it say? I'm too slow to get the stream. He said something else there. His fate is to be stinky. I take that to mean the reason he was limp when Lynn picked him up in the timeline was because happy birthday to our lovely Lynn. Like I said, it isn't my birthday. Hey, Mick, I thought I asked you to stay home and guard the fort. But birthdays are for celebrating together with friends and loved ones. Nothing like it, baby. This is going too fast, I can't read it. Why is he spinning the fucking Kasketi for? Tomoyuki Ora. Yamakawa Keisuke, Nakatai Kazuhiro, Jodai Junshi. Hacha! There, how do you like that? Not bad, huh? No, you definitely are not as good as the Cabanilla. He has way more pizzazz. Maybe I can be a great detective just like Inspector Cabanilla. What kind of example is it the inspector providing for his men? Koki Kinoshita, Manami Yoshino, Yuri Katawa, Miho Mori. It occurred to me I was reversing them out of like habit reading Japanese names. Here's your food, gentlemen, but I don't know if they're already reversed or not, so I'm just gonna read them as printed. Memory, what are you doing here? I heard you were gonna be picking some new members for the Special Investigation Unit today. Oh, so you took a part-time job here again just so you could eavesdrop. Oh, you have no idea the lengths I'd go to reach my goals. I can't remember all of these guys' voices, I'm afraid. I remember he was Columbo. Sayori Shintani. Mizuho Kageyama, Shinji Kamiriguchi, Mizue Morimoto. This fucker.
La 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 la, I've never cooked this way before. So exotic, so exciting. Turmeric, coriander, cumin, and fenugreek. Curry chicken a la paradise. La 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 la.
Is this really necessary? Something about chicken?
Oh, but our very best customer requested it. Let me get the cooking.
I can't read this fast. Oh boy, I don't think I could eat another bite. Just who exactly is this very best customer anyway? Of course, it's the curry-loving prisoner, Yusuke Yamamoto. Yamamoto Yusuke is, yeah. Tsubata Satomi. Akiko Nagashima Akiko. Takeda Manabu. Takeda. Are you sure we really need all these explosives? Not to worry, beauty, my dear. Follow the instructions exactly. His voice has changed so many times, just like it said. A lot of kilograms of gunpowder. Probably should get the fuck away. Wait a minute. 20 kilograms? I thought it was 20 grams.
Whoa! Today must be my lucky day.
Shigeki Takechi, Chie Nakayama, Masao Eda, Mayumi Yoshinoko. I hope we see what happened to the rat. Yeah, what? I want the rats to come back. So this is where you work, huh, Papa?
That's right, sweetheart.
Darling husband, don't you have any ideas at all you could give me? You must have heard some juicy stories, the indiscretions of a minister perhaps.
Now, must you talk that way in front of our darling angel?
Here's to the stodgy mind, my darling husband. Toshiko Honda, Yoshihiro Okinaga, Yosuke Nore, Takashi Nishimura, Kei Hashimoto, Nomihito Shimizu. This deal is going quite well. Oh, I must say, these grapes are quite good, my man. You know I was about to scrape the bottom of the sea, sir. Be forewarned, sir. Oh, my fucking head.
God, keep it together, man. Are you trying to give me a cause of the vapors? I believe I nearly died of fright just now.
Satoru Okubo, Mitsuhiko Takano, Masakazu Sugimori. Good job. Atsushimori.
Love, peace, and pigeons. Long live rock and roll.
Oh my god. Get him the fuck off the screen. Oh, he didn't say anything. He didn't say anything. Remember me? I'm everyone's favorite character. Stop the park from charging admission. Protect the something. PV.
Oh, crap.
Today's the day, you know, he's finally getting out. You know, everybody's starting to get real tired of seeing you do that.
Then let me show you a new dance that has been passed down in our family for generations. We do this when we have a stomach ache. We call it Dance Away the Pain.
Oh, I'm real interested in that one. Think you could show it to me, say, next week?
You got it!
Dancing. 10 long years. Yorick, your time's up today. The young lady who always comes to visit you is waiting outside. Good for you for healing your entire fucking spine broken in 3 places. And your legs. Or maybe they're prosthetics. Thank you, Rick. Why'd you say that to the toilet? Hironobu Takeshita. Oh, it's a painting of Rick. I just got it. All this time I was like, why does it look like Mick has 4 tails? I assumed it was just sort of a stylistic choice or something. It's to simulate that it's wagging really fast, right? That's the idea, right? Or no, I guess it doesn't really look like that. Why does he have 4 tails? Well, that was fun. Now that there's not more lines coming up, I can actually talk. This was a fun game. You know, as I've said many times, I'm an Ace Attorney fan. So I do like this sort of multi-generational mystery, like very similar to Ace Attorney in a lot of ways. More heavily supernatural. You know, Ace Attorney's got a little bit of supernatural stuff, but it's I guess it's not that minor. But this game is like really all about it. And it's cool. I mean, you got to accept the game's like various contrivances and the donuts and so on. Mick sees the donut. Mick does not see the donut. The rat sees the donut. Oh shit! A rat! I wish the rat had played a bigger role. The gameplay... I mean, the puzzles were fun. They definitely weren't bad. But it did not have the precision that like Ace Attorney games have. You know, Ace Attorney has its fair share of clunky moments, but it really felt like a lot of this game rested on like fairly unpredictable things happening when you would do different various ghost tricks. I mean, obviously it tells you right what it does, but the actual consequences of that action, like if you spin something, where does the thing land? You know, or when you spray the spigot, where is the thing going to fly? You know, that you can only do through trial and error, which is fine, except that the game didn't... if the game expects you to figure out how things play out through trial and error, I wish it had better ways of fast forwarding, because there were a lot of times where I just had to like replay and wait and replay and wait, and it's not, to me, the most engaging way to do a multi-attempt puzzle. I feel like a run back in like a action video game. I enjoy a decent, you know, I don't want a long run back, but like 30 seconds to a minute in between attempts at a boss is like that. I don't think about that because that's a chance to like rest and think and, you know, get a breather in between high action sections. But in between puzzle attempts, it's a lot more annoying because, again, I'm testing things out. I don't know how they're gonna go, so I'm just relying on trial and error and being like, I know what I want to try next, and I've got to wait 30 seconds to a minute in order to try it to see if it might work the way that I think it does. I wouldn't say it was terrible. Like 90% of the time it wasn't an issue, but when it was an issue, the other 10%, it was really annoying. and it never felt like the aha moment of me like solving a puzzle. It just felt like oh well, how was I supposed to know that you know, clicking the hat would make it fall in a certain shape that I could then do something with, you know? So the puzzles were hit or miss for me, I guess is what I would say. It was like the layouts were really impressive. I mean, obviously with every like relevant object having cores, it's just like super contrived, but there were usually enough of them that it was not immediately obvious what was supposed to happen. And I imagine the work of like level designing these puzzles is quite hard. Yeah, the story was fun. I'm gonna need to digest the ending. I'm not sure if I really like the... Who is my favorite character? That's a good question. It's Mick. Mick's my favorite character. Regular Mick, not old Mick. I'm not sure how much I like old Mick. Not because... Not that there's anything wrong with old Mick. I'm just thinking like... There were a lot of twists at the end. Rick being the cat, who we'd seen a couple times, I think. But not terribly often. Rick being the cat and Ray being a different future version of Mick was... to me, just like not super meaningful. Which is to say, I don't know. I wasn't like all that attached to the cat. And maybe it's just because I was like suspicious of Ray the whole time. I thought that the reveal of Ray's identity and what Ray's agenda was would be more like, oh, something just clicked into place. And I don't feel like it really clicked, it really made anything click. It was fun. It was kind of foreshadowed in a way that he didn't know what anything was. Like, he didn't know what a sweet potato was. Yeah, I agree. And I picked up on that. I mean, I picked up on the sense that, like, oh, that's why he's, like, he's never heard of anything because he's a cat. I get that. Like, I'm not saying it wasn't foreshadowed. And I'm sure if I replayed the games, it would be I would see it foreshadowed in various ways. Mick, the dog, Ray being the dog, I don't see that being very foreshadowed at all. And not only was it not really foreshadowed, I mean, I like Mick, and I like the message of, like, look, the dog was so loyal that he went back in time 10 years and then stuck around for 10 years, all so that he could get a second shot at saving everybody. Like, it's very cute and touching, and I, like I said, Mick's my favorite character, so, like, Mick being the mastermind, in a manner of speaking, is kind of satisfying, but it just feels not just out of left field, but also not really necessary, I guess is what I would say. Like, short of the game needing a tutorial, I think you could have very easily told this exact story without Ray. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but that's my suspicion. And for that, I guess I just thought Ray was going to have, like, an actual role in the mystery. And it didn't really. He didn't really. Like, there's no way I think you could have predicted that. Which is okay. I mean, not everything needs to be predictable, but the combination of it being super unpredictable and then also, like, it feels almost like an Easter egg more than the big twist. But I don't know. I'm sounding too negative. This is, for the record, how I process things. Is like, most of the time I fixate a little bit on the stuff that I was not completely in love with, but that doesn't mean that in my head I care more about the stuff that I didn't like. I would rate this game positively without question. I'm just looking through the stuff. Is there a reason? Did I get, like, different scores in some of these, and that's why they're different color borders? I can't tell what that means. I did not manage the secret room without any deaths. I did not lead the way outside without failing. Gosh, that's got to be hard to do first try. I did not fail by keeping the ball away from Mino. I don't know what that means. Red light, green light. That's failed by removing a large symbol. I don't know what some of these mean. Discussing some of the issues doesn't mean I hate it. I mean, I tend to only do that with stuff I like. I guess that's my point, is, like, if I don't care for a game, I'm not going to, like, nitpick it, typically. I'm just gonna say, that was okay. Whereas if it's a game I really like, I will try to hone in on some of the stuff that didn't appeal to me as much. Oh, but we got a lot of illustrations now, because we cleared the game. It's just like... How do I go left, right? Why can't I? Oh. I always feel a little bad because it just sounds like I'm criticizing a game more than I'm praising it, but I do tend to be a little bit more articulate in my critiques than in my But I think, yeah, I mean, the level designs were really cool. Character designs were always fun. I have to say I'm a little bit less invested in most of the background characters than I am in like an Ace Attorney game. Oh, cute. Are these are alternate concept arts. Yeah, none of these are as good as the final design. I do kind of like the purple one, but that's mostly because I just like purple. Are these Lin designs? Not good. Yeah, they were getting closer. The middle one looks a lot like Mia Fey. The blue people did not really have a satisfying ending to me. It was just sort of like, yeah, those guys were up to no good. We just sort of circumvented all of it. I guess that's okay. They weren't that interesting to begin with. Ooh, these are kind of interesting Camilla designs. Oh, was Mick... The blue people were not really doing anything. Yeah. They didn't do very much for me. They were kind of red herrings at almost every step of the way. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it does feel like maybe there should have been one more chapter to give that some kind of closure. Oh, Mick is really funny. I mean, like I said, I love Mick, but there are definitely other dog breeds besides a little Pom that I would have loved. Yeah, they got the best design for Mommy. And her little daughter. None of these are very interesting to me. These guys, they were almost too present. Like, they almost did too much in the game. Which is not to say they did all that much. Wait, I really, really dig the middle design here. Old man Cabanela is not very, very good. Cabanela was great. Who is this? Is this the Pigeon Man? I didn't really like the Pigeon Man's design very much. I think a lot of these are better in some way, shape, or form. The chef looks like a Mega Man Battle Network character. Jowd. I didn't really like Jowd's design that much. His hair was just kind of weird, and it didn't really feel like it fit his character. Concept art I mean, really design sheets more than concept art. Cabanela was your favorite human? Yeah, he was fun to play. I appreciate that he didn't end up being evil. Like, obviously I was expecting it. I feel like they really set you up to think that he's nefarious. And I think that was a satisfying reveal of, like, actually he has been sort of working in his own way to solve all of the to solve this whole thing, even though he didn't have access to the ghost trick powers. He was trying to do things his way. I think there's a little bit of, like, I remember there being a part or two of it that I didn't feel like quite landed with me emotionally, but by and large, I thought that was a really cool thing. Doing the Undertaker sit-up was always funny. Why didn't we get to see this guy? When did this happen? Where was sexy Yorick? Okay, this just makes it look like it's a big fluffy tail as opposed to 4 tails. The leaf. Mick/Missile being a leaf is really funny to me. Hearts. I don't know. It's hard to judge because I'm thinking, if it's not clear, this game is not Ace Attorney, but the Shu Takumi design and method of storytelling and so on is all so prominent that it's like impossible for me not to compare it to Ace Attorney in a lot of ways. Like, I've played basically every Ace Attorney game except for the Layton spinoff. So I have a lot of Ace Attorney touchstones for pretty much every character and every story element in this game has some kind of analog, more or less. Some of them more close fitting than others. And because Ace Attorney is such a long series that is so close to me, it's easy for me to say without really thinking about it, like, the Ace Attorney cast is much more likable than this cast, but that's cherry picking on my part. Like, I think they're probably pretty similar in the sense that this, if I compare it to any individual Ace Attorney games, there's a similar number of like characters that I really, really like and hook with me, and a bunch of background characters that I don't particularly care about at all, and a handful of fuckers who I just wish would get off the screen. Like, probably a similar proportion, this game versus any individual Ace Attorney game. I do think my gut instinct, like, without analyzing anything, I wouldn't compare this, like, I wouldn't rank it above Ace Attorney, but there are definitely individual games of Ace Attorney in the series that I would rank it above. Individual ones, yeah. Is definitely, I had a much better time with this than with Miles Edgeworth Investigations 1, for example, which was a total snooze. But I thought Lynn, and there's nothing wrong with Lynn, I like Lynn, but she was just so much flatter than many Ace Attorney girl sidekicks. Like, there are quite a lot. Maya Fey is one of my favorite characters of all time, but there's also Emma, there's Kay Faraday, there's Athena. Lynn is probably closest to Athena in terms of the strength of the character, and I think that's a shame. I mean, not that I have anything against Athena, but again, it is just sort of like, I didn't think Athena was totally done justice in her game. and I don't really feel like Lynn was as fun as Lynn could have been. Getting to see all the Cabanilla dance moves is really funny. Yeah. Lynn, I mean, this is less a critique of Lynn and more like I'm just taking advantage of this opportunity to say how much I love Maya Fey. I fucking love Maya so much. Like, she's such a fun character in every single scene that she's in. Like, she always, when she's in the background and she's just quipping about things, she's hilarious. And when she's like the center of a scene, she is magnetic. Like, really, really great character. And Lynn didn't have that level of like magnetism to her where she just stole the scene. Mick kind of did. Mick was like a, whenever Mick is talking, I listen. But I do, if I have one critique about Mick, did I get back to the front already? Yes, I did. If I have one critique, it's that it's kind of too much just like, oh, poor Camilla, poor Lynn, we have to save them. Just like a little too much repetitive dialogue. Nothing wrong with the lines, it's just like almost every scene he's saying that. It's like, get new material, Mick. We love you, you're funny, you can do better than just, you know, voicing the pathos of the scene. But yeah, this was a really great experience. I had a great time with it. I didn't really use this all that much. They were getting, yeah, they got lots of updates. Like every single one of these has at least a couple update things, but I wasn't really keeping up with them. Yeah, I love my favorite character, typical cop. Strong Bad was in the long run not really a very good fit, but he was one of the only characters whose voice I could remember. It was fun watching. Thank you for watching the playthrough, of course. Oh. Mommy. The other me. And music. Music was good. As is typically the case. Yeah. Alright, well, I did have something I could do if the game didn't take me that long to clear, but I think this is pretty much right around the time I typically stop. So, I don't think I need to do anything else. No stream next week. I'm taking a little mini vacation. I'm going to be up in Maine. So no stream next week. I have two plans for future stream games. This one took longer than I thought it would. I think I was just doing short streams because it took me about 20 hours, which I think is what I thought it was. But I wasn't doing a lot of 3 and 4 hour streams, I guess. My next solo game is I'm going to be playing Over the Alps, which is not an Inkle game, but it is the first story in Over the Alps is written by John Ingold, who is the Inkle character. And so Over the Alps is basically just two episodes, like I don't know. They're just like little mysteries. There's 2 episodes in the game, and they just it sounds like a climbing game. I don't think there's climbing. I actually don't know very much about it, but they're 2 little stories, and then just recently, this is why I'm playing it. Like a couple days ago, a week ago, um, they this game came out in like 2019 or 2020 or something. It's been on my list for a long time, but they just put it on sale, and together with the sale, they launched a free update that basically releases in unfinished state the third what was supposed to be the 3rd episode. There I think there was also supposed to be a 4th that just never happened, but basically like the studio that was making it had to close down, but the creator managed to um, keep his IP when the studio closed, and was able to basically released the unfinished final chapter now after like basically 6 years. So this seemed like just a good opportunity. No future updates are coming for this game, and it just went on sale. So good opportunity to finally knock it off my list. I think it's fairly short. We'll see. And then the other game that I want to play sooner than later is also a game that just got an update recently. And this might take a little longer because I think there's more updates coming. And I would sort of like to wait. I don't know. We'll see. Little Nightmares 3. If you've been following my stream for a long time, you know Little Nightmares, one of the first streams I ever did. And I think it was actually Little Nightmares 2 was one of the first streams I ever did. But Little Nightmares 3 has some middling reviews, but I'm a big fan of the series. And so even though it's a new developer who maybe is not the best warden of the IP, I still want to play it, and I got it on sale a while back. When did Little Nightmares come out recently? Last year, late 2025, and it just got its first DLC. And I always love the Little Nightmares DLCs are always really good. But as a longtime Little Nightmares fan, you know, I'm approaching this with an open mind, even though I've heard that it's not great, and above all, I've heard that it's really very short for its price. Maybe the DLC will alleviate that, but honestly, I don't even know if it's free DLC. It looks like it's not. It looks like it's $15. But that will include future DLC updates as well, which is why I kind of want to wait. But here's the thing. Little Nightmares 3 is a multiplayer game. That's a series first. And I was planning on playing Little Nightmares 3 with friend of the stream, Comfy Gaming Corner. We played Little Nightmares 1 together, which was not a multiplayer game. We'd be sitting on the like I'd control the keyboard and he'd control the mouse, like sitting at the desk together, you know. So it felt like a nice full circle moment from like the two of us playing Little Nightmares 1, gosh, almost 10 years ago. To actually playing like a proper multiplayer Little Nightmares game. So that is just a matter of he and I need to get a time slot where I can stream and he's available to play. We've actually been planning it since April, and it's just there were a few consecutive weeks where I wasn't where our schedules weren't lining up, and then I started Ghost Trick, and I was like, maybe I'll finish Ghost Trick before doing Little Nightmares. Honestly, it might conceivably not happen until Halloween season, but I did just want to say that it's on the list for stream games. As is Reanimal, which is the game that the Little Nightmares 1 and 2 developers made when they moved away from the Little Nightmares series. So Little Nightmares 3 is a new developer with the old IP, and then the old developer has a new IP called Reanimal that I also want to play, probably on stream. So my life is going through a lot of changes pretty soon, but I plan to keep streaming as much as my next job, whatever it may be, will allow. Knock on wood that my next job will allow me to stream. I'm sure it will. I mean, like, allow in the sense of like time. Thanks for watching. I've just been yapping for 15 minutes now, so I should log off. But thanks so much for watching. Appreciate it. Another successful series. Bye.